Hey guys, Yummy here again, and is Battlefield 4 a casual game or competitive game, or both? It's kind of a loaded question. There's a lot of arguments for both sides, so I'm going to be going over what are the arguments for each side of the debate, and give my thoughts on which side I think Battlefield 4 more specifically correlates more closely to. Now, there has been a massive influx of new players into Battlefield 4, more noticeably on PC, mostly because that's what I play on, and on peak times, there'll be like 25 to 30 64-man Conquest large servers that are completely full with queues at any one time. And it's kind of crazy that this game is over 2 years old and is still supporting such a large fan base on PC as well, especially considering that there was a new Battlefield game that came out, but we all know how that one ended out. It is a great time to enter the franchise because of how cheap all the Battlefield games are. You can find Battlefield 4 for $10. Battlefield 3 was $1 for a while, which is insane. Bad Company 2 is $5. So you can get all of the games for a very cheap price. And in terms of price for time playing, ratio is actually massive. Like, I've put 900 hours into Battlefield 4, which, I mean, even for the $60 that I paid in November of 2013, that is still a huge price for performance ratio. So I definitely think that the game has lost a bit of its seriousness with its age, especially as a larger portion of its fan base is becoming new. Like, there was, of course, whenever it came out, like, its entire fan base was new, and then there was a period whenever there actually were more veterans than newbies, and now I think it's the noob part of the player base is actually expanding pretty greatly, especially on PC. So I think that kind of contributes to the casual argument a bit more, also because there's the team deathmatch domination in game modes like that definitely cater to more casual play styles, and people definitely play casually on Conquest and Rush to my irritation and to a lot of PTFO veterans' irritations, especially on the, for example, the Rogue Transmission map, of which I have one clip of in this video, because in that match my team was like 90% noobs, and they did not destroy vehicles or cap objectives or anything. So we got fisted with giant horse dildos, and then we got steamrolled. It was really crazy how badly we got destroyed in that match, and it was definitely irritating for me. So a lot of people definitely do have this idea that Battlefield is more of a casual game, kind of like Call of Duty, something where you can just sit back and relax and play it. But I think there is a disparity between the platforms on which it's played. I think that people on PC tend to play it more competitively than on console, because it is a lot easier to be better at the game to be better at first-person shooters in general on PC. And I definitely play the game competitively. I'm definitely someone that a lot of people would consider to be a try-hard, I guess, someone who, ooh, my hands are getting sweaty, kind of thing, trying to play the game, because I get a rush out of playing well and winning. Like, I love the feeling of myself doing well, and also playing in a way to where I help the team out as much as possible and hopefully win. So that is how I enjoy playing the game, and thankfully Battlefield is a style of game that supports that kind of play style, with giving objectives more points than kills, and revives, repairs all as much or more than kills. So it definitely helps out the argument of competitive, but I think it would help even more if they had their own separate competitive playlists, like maybe a game mode like 16v16 Conquest Small, where your rank is dependent on performance. Like, if they had a competitive, an entirely new competitive mode, kind of like how Counter-Strike does it. And also, I think Battlefield Hardline? I don't know, I haven't played Battlefield Hardline. I know they have competitive playlists, but I don't know if they do ranks based off of performance. You'd have to tell me in the comments, but I think that would definitely help out the competitive field of the game and let people who want to have a purely competitive experience play with other players that want to have the same experience. So I think kind of like in a way like how Counter-Strike does it, where there's team deathmatch and demolition and separate casual playlists, and then there's the competitive, professional style game mode. I think Battlefield is a game, one of those few games where you can actually like make a choice in how the game is. Like, it's either casual or competitive to you, and if you're competitive, well, I mean, you can like start screaming at people playing it casually, but it's their choice whether or not to play competitively, to play the objective and such. So I definitely think that this game, that it's casual and competitive purely on how you want to play it. Like, I mean, there are a billion different ways of playing each map because it has such dynamic gameplay. You can do tons of different vehicles, different loadouts, sniping, aggressive medic, stuff like that, and you can really change it up every single match. So it's honestly completely up to you, I think, whether this game is casual or competitive. It's not really something that someone can sit back away from the game, look at it objectively, and decide, is it casual or is it competitive? Because it's a game that caters to everybody, and that's why I love Battlefield. It's a game that you can do whatever you want. There's such a huge range of options to do every match that you can't get bored with the game. I mean, this game has been out for two years. I have 900 hours in the game, and I have not gotten bored of it. I still want to go out and play it. I still want to try to beat my personal bests, get the top of the scoreboard and all that, and help my team out winning. Also, I also enjoy teaching new people how to play the game, how to play the objective, how to get the max points possible. So it's definitely subjective to each person, I think, whether this game is casual or competitive. So if you guys agree, make sure you say so down in the comments, or maybe leave a like. And if you guys like this, definitely make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, this is Yummy. Goodbye and good hunting.